students explain digital accessibility, content structure.
How does it feel when you come across a wall of text?
I get very visually fatigued and lose motivation and sometimes skip reading it altogether.
I feel overwhelmed and distracted.
Walls of text are really daunting for me and I just don't want to deal with it.
I feel stressed.
It's very hard for me to find my spot if I lose it when I'm reading or to find specific information within that wall of text.
Now that I have Read and Write Gold, I can convert it into audio, but I need clearly structured writing to be able to do this. If it is not clearly structured, I become completely overwhelmed.
It's really discouraging because I have to read a sentence over and over and over again, but I still keep losing it.
How does it feel when you come across inconsistent formatting and labeling in subject sites?
When there's inconsistent formatting, I just struggle and I lose a lot of time in my studies.
When I come across inconsistent formatting, I tend to get very confused. Being someone with a vision impairment, I tend to memorize formatting, that being the placement of links, the placement of labels, to avoid having to use my vision as much. So having inconsistent formatting means I can't rely on context cues as often and as much, which means I have to use my vision more, which leads to me getting very visually fatigued faster.
I become completely confused. I don't know where to begin, what I'm supposed to do first, and I normally waste a lot of time trying to figure out what the most important part of the web page is.
So what can be done about this?
Use consistent formatting, naming, and labeling conventions.
Structure your content clearly.
Use subheadings to break your content into manageable subsections.
Always do this using inbuilt styles from Canvas and Microsoft Word.
Most importantly, use heading styles following the numbers from 1 to 6 to show the hierarchy of your content.
H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6.
Use bulleted and numbered lists.
How does this improve your learning experience?
Clear content structure makes my learning experience so much better. It improves the enjoyment of actually learning, as well as the time saved trying to look for the content that I was supposed to do for last week. It also allows more time for me to actually study and not look for the content.
Clear content structure improves my learning experience because it's easier to follow and I have more time to focus on the content.
By allowing me to engage with new experiences, ask questions, and collaborate with fellow students and teachers.
Well, for the starters, I know where to begin and how to follow things. With clear audio and videos, I can stay on track because week by week, I know my schedule and what I need to follow and make sure I have the correct information. That way I'm prepared for classes, especially when I'm engaging with my classmates and the teachers. And then this also helps me for assessments so that I know how to span my time out in preparation for major assessments and things like that.
It makes my studying experience a lot less stressful as I can focus more on my actual study rather than worrying about if I've missed information purely on the fact that I couldn't see it due to inconsistent or incorrect formatting. And that makes my learning experience more enjoyable.
If you're a UTS academic, the LX Lab can help you make your subject site and learning materials accessible.
This video was funded by the Centre for Social Justice and Inclusion.
It was created in collaboration with the LX Lab, the Information Technology Division,
and us, UTS Digital Accessibility Ambassadors.
Find out more via lx.uts.edu.au/accessibility.